So I do have a proclamation, and it says, whereas in 1939, during the Great Depression, many people in Erie wondered where their next meal was coming from, especially during the holiday season. Whereas in response to this crisis, city leaders and the Erie Times-News worked together to establish a collection that would fund meals for those in need. Whereas the former newspaper carriers were recruited to collect these donations on the first Friday of December. Whereas these volunteers formed the foundation for what would become the Times Old Newsies Association and their annual sales day. Whereas the Times Old Newsies Association has collected more than $2.5 million since their founding in 1939, and every penny has been directly used to purchase food. Whereas 2,400 boxes of food are assembled for those in need every December through the Times Old Newsie Association and their partnership with the Second Harvest Food Bank. Now therefore, on this 4th day of December 2018, I, Joseph Schember, Mayor of Erie, hereby proclaim Friday, December 7th, as Times Newsies Day. I thank the Times Old Newsies Association for their immense generosity and selfless dedication to serving our community for more than 70 years. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Facebook. I'm Erie Times-News online reporter Sarah Grabsky. We are here today in the Erie Times-News newsroom with a couple of fun guests. We have Scott Barnes, who is the president of the Times Old Newsies Association. Is it fund? What is the official name?
The Times Old Newsies Association.
Okay. And of course, a face that you probably recognize, Erie Mayor Joe Schember. So today, it's kind of a fun day here at the Times-News. Let's talk about what we just did. You guys want to take over on what just happened?
I'll defer to you first, Mayor.
Yeah, well, this Friday is the first Friday of December, so Times Old Newsies will be out collecting money for the most needy people in Erie to get them a good holiday meal. It's a wonderful practice. Started in 1939. Up to date, they've raised over $2.5 million. Every penny of that has gone to help people in most need that need that good holiday meal. So it's great work you guys do, and I really appreciate it.
Well, it's the community that helps us out. We couldn't do this without the community itself. So, like you said, mentioned, Mayor, since 1939, it started out at this building here. The Times realized that there was a need to help those less fortunate. So how it all started out was they got the employees together at the time, and they were the first newsies themselves. And then it transformed into actually getting carriers for those of us old enough. I collected and delivered papers back in the 70s at my route near Strong Vincent High School. And we ended up keeping the tradition until a number of years ago, where now we take on pretty much anybody that wants to help out and volunteer.
So let's talk about, there's something new this year, a GoFundMe, right?
Yes,
Because my generation, I never carry cash, so you were finding that people were, oh, I don't have cash on me, so you have something new for the millennials.
He's ready. Yep, exactly. So the millennials, of those of you that don't have any cash in your pocket, I talked to the mayor's assistant, Andy, this morning, and same scenario. I gave him a few cards. So we're hoping, you can find it online if you look on our Times Newsies Facebook page, but we do have the GoFundMe. It's all set. We've already got a few donations already in place. Actually, it's funny, one of those donations is somebody that is in Binghamton, New York, that has donated and sent a check in, so that worked out kind of nice in that regard. Yes. So we're hoping like heck that it's going to be a great asset to help us out.
So go ahead.
This is a great enhancement, keeping up with the times, and millennials don't carry cash anymore. And tell you the truth, I'm not a millennial, but I don't carry much cash.
I know, ours are always easier.
Yes.
So let's talk about Friday. Like, what are people going to find? What are people going to see out in the community?
Well, you'll see a cross section of, like I said, the volunteers, men and women that have helped us out. We have some of us that have been around for 30 to 40 years, so that works out really nice. You'll see us everywhere. We're going to be at the mall, all through downtown, throughout the county. And the nice thing is we were able to partner this year with our friends in Corey, PA. So the Corey Downtown Business Association is going to have an event. So we have about 8 to 10 people down there this year. They're going to help us out during Collection Day.
So let's talk a little bit about the cause. You guys, how does the money goes directly from somebody's pocket toward what? The baskets, right?
Correct. So 100% of everything that we collect, and we have to mention Gatehouse, the owners of Time Publishing, that for keeping us on when things changed here. They were gracious enough to keep the organization going, which again is a great asset to the committee. So we want to remind the community that 100% of what we do gets collected, and then that money gets turned around, and 100% of it with our partnership. And we couldn't do it without Second Harvest Food Bank. Sister Karen out there does a phenomenal job. So all the funds are collected. We have already committed to them to $75,000 this year, which will provide 2,400 food baskets. And then what we end up doing is on the third Saturday of the month, we then get together to pack the baskets.
Awesome. So just to put that number into perspective too, I just pulled a 1971 cover, and it was a record-breaking Times Old Newsie year of $14,000. So I mean, just how far it has come. I mean, that speaks to and that's a plus in your book too, huh, Mayor?
They're absolutely
Yes.
very nice.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to add, or you want people to know for Friday?
Well, be as generous as you can. Obviously, again, we couldn't do it without the community. And for those of you that don't know, again, like I said, you can find us on Facebook. Go Erie will have this obviously throughout the day, but look for us and be as generous as possible.
All right. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Scott.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys Friday.
Thanks again.